right, kindergartners, we're going to do another one of our 2-in-1 stations today. All right, the first thing we're going to do, instead of doing an opening activity for our station, is we're going to do the 5 Little Christmas Trees poem from yesterday. So as I'm talking to you about the poem, you could follow along on the song sheet. Right, it's here. You could use your finger and move along as I read. Okay, and then the other thing you could do is you could be coloring and cutting out these little retelling papers, because you can retell the story here yourself. It's almost like Mrs. Finkel's going to have her retelling papers up here, but there are big ones, and then you're going to have your little ones down here that you can color and cut out and act it out with us. Okay, we can do that. And the other thing is as I'm telling you the story, we're going to do the math up on the board. So I want you to, can you pay attention to all that at once? Can you keep your hands busy? Can you be following along on the math and enjoying the poem? That's a lot. You choose the one that's going to work best for you. All right, kindergartners, so before I go ahead and show you how we can do the poem in here, I'm going to show you one of the pros who really knows this poem well. And she's going to show you 2 little Christmas trees, and then we'll try it. All right, here we go.
Is a house on the road, then chocolate black and down from the tree, and chocolate green with the happy family. One little Christmas tree standing all alone. His heart was very sad, as he hadn't found a home. Then chocolate black and down from the tree, and chocolate green with the happy family. No little Christmas tree standing all alone. Their hearts are very happy because they all have found a home.
All right, boys and girls, so now that you get the idea of how that poem goes, what do you think? Will we be adding Christmas trees, or will we be taking Christmas trees away? What do you think we're going to do? Okay, Martin? Yes, we're going to be taking Christmas trees away. We're going to start with some, and then we're going to have fewer, so that's going to be takeaway. All right, now Susie just showed us 2 little Christmas trees. We're going to start out with how many Christmas trees? All right, Ethan? 5 little Christmas trees. So I'm going to write the number 5, and we'll start telling story. Do you have your axe ready to help me chop down that tree? All right, here we go. 5 little Christmas trees standing in a row. Their hearts were very sad because they hadn't found a home. Then chop went the axe, and down fell the tree, and off it went with a happy family. Good, if you have your little family card, you already have your happy family right there, right? Okay, so we said we had 5, and then we said 1 went away. So what am I going to use, a plus or a minus? Remington? It's going to be a minus. 1's going away. That's how I write the minus. 5. Take away 1. What's that equal to? Benjamin? 4. Good job. 5, take away 1 equals 4. All right, Keaton, how many trees do we have here now? There are 4. All right, let's say the poem. 4 little Christmas trees standing all alone. Their hearts were very sad because they hadn't found a home. Then chop went the axe, and down fell the tree, and off it went with the happy family. All right, let's see if we can write the math for that problem. Are you ready? We had 4. We took away 1 again. And now how many do we have? Mason? 3. Good job. Hunter, how many do we have now? There are 3. So I'm going to write down 3 little Christmas trees. Here we go. 3 little Christmas trees standing all alone. Their hearts were very sad because they hadn't found a home. Then chop went the axe, and down fell the tree, and off it went with the happy family. So we're going to take away One more tree. Nevaeh, how many trees do we have left? There are 2 trees left. Very good. You're right, Nevaeh. We're going to put the 2 on here because now we have 2 up there. 2 little Christmas trees standing all alone. Their hearts were very sad because they hadn't found a home. Then Chop went the axe, and down fell the tree, and off it went. Family. All right, can we have Nick talk us through this one? Yes, we had 2. You took it away. And now how many do you have, Nick? You're right, there's 1 tree left, and there it is. Here we go. 1 little Christmas tree standing all alone. Its heart was very sad because it hadn't found a home. One more time, then. Chop went the axe, and down fell the tree, and off it went with a happy family. What do we have? We had one. We took away that one. Okay. And how many are left? Okay, Remington? 0. There are no trees left, and that's how it ends. No little Christmas trees standing all alone. Their hearts were very happy because they all had found a home. And I like seeing a lot of the trees that have found a home in your houses. You guys have been really nice about sharing those with me. Okay, boys and girls. So now we know what we were going to do with this poem, and you could practice saying it, and you could read along with it. I really like when boys and girls practice pointing with their finger, because then you follow along and you recognize some of those words. Oh, you did, Jessie Mae? You found the sight word and a. Very good. And the word little, we've talked about that word some, haven't we? Okay, good. See, when you practice, you get to know those words. Now, let's talk about the other things we're catching up with right now. Okay, so we had another Christmas tree paper. Okay, but we didn't do it. It was for one of our reading groups. If you need to do this still, if you want to do this, all you need to do for this one is fold it in half down the middle. Remember how we did that with the one book? And then fold it again so that this part with the title is up front. It says the happy trees. Good, kind of like how our trees ended up. Let's see about these happy trees. Let's dance, said the happy trees, and they did. Let's sing, said the happy trees, and they did. Let's dance and sing, said the happy trees, and they did. They did both, right? So your job would be to put the story back in order. So on the side you have these sentence strips to cut out. One of them says, let's sing. Another one has, let's dance. And then one has, let's dance and sing. You can look at the pictures and look at the first ones like they did in the book first, if you need to take a look in the book. Let's dance, said the happy trees. Okay, well, you know what? Here's the dancing ones, right? This is the singing ones. So even though it goes in a different order, I think they're trying to trick us. I would put, let's sing, said the happy trees. And then when you get to the dancing picture, let's dance, said the happy trees. See the word dance with a D? And then the last one is, let's dance and sing, said the happy trees. So they're doing both. Do you know what it asks you? It says, do you like to dance or sing? Is that tough for you? I think that Logan would say, oh, I like to sing. But then he might say, wait, I like to dance too. Or I think of some of the dancing I've seen Jessie Mae or Aubrielle or Nevaeh doing. Lots of you like to dance, don't you? Mrs. Finkel likes to do both, but I just don't like anybody to see me because I just kind of like having fun. Unless I'm with you guys. You guys are kind of the only people I like to sing and dance with. Yeah. All right, so you can do this. This isn't a have to, but why not at least do the book, right? You could fold it up, read it, put it in your book box, and visit it again at another time. Then we have another book, especially with Christmas time coming. When we're on our Christmas break, you might want some good Christmas books to take a look at. Okay, let's talk about the other parts of our station. Okay, remember from station the day before? You guys did a little bit of practice with tracing the letter K. Yeah, you're going to trace capital K's and lowercase k's. We already talked about where they go on the line, so this is more practice. All right, let's sing it. Every letter makes the sound the K says. Good job, you got it. Okay, now speaking of K's, do you see what's here? Lots and lots of puzzle pieces. Remember we did these before? I still remember Lillian holding up hers. She really got into this. A couple of you did. These are puzzles that help us sound out words. But here's the word to the wise. I would not cut out all my puzzle pieces at one time. That could be a puzzle disaster. And I'm going to grab a little piece of construction paper and play a disappearing game. Okay, here I go. Alright, and now we've got, do I pull out my magnets or yeah? Okay, I would just cut out one puzzle set. And what I mean by a puzzle set is you can see the square. Just cut out one of those squares and then set the others aside. Okay, if you cut them all out at once, so you're probably on your own. Your mom or dad might walk in the room and you'd say, Mom or Dad, this is too hard. And they'd say, well, you probably should have just cut out one at a time. So then you're going to have to do some sorting or something. You could do it. I know you could get figured out, but you just have to really stick with it. Okay, so here's going to be a little bit easier. I've got an N. It says N. I've got a, E. And of course a K. All right, I've got to figure this out, but where should I start? Okay, so, all right, I just heard Benjamin say, well, you never have a K. Excuse me, you wouldn't have a capital K just stuck in the middle of a word. Not unless it was like Mick something, and that would be a capital C. So we're going to start out with the capital first, okay? So I'm going to glue the K up in the corner of my paper, just like that. Okay. Now, do you usually see a vowel, if it's just one vowel in the word, in the middle or the end of the word? Usually it's in the middle. Before we glue it down, though, let's try this. Let's try it. Isn't it? N. Doesn't it sound like Ken? Yeah, my kids have a friend named Ken. That makes sense. I know that that's a boy's name, and the picture shows a little boy. So that can work. I'm going to go ahead and do it down because that word could be Ken. Okay, here we go. Now, yeah, the picture makes sense too. See how that is? All right, let's try another one of these together because the next one's a very obscure word. We don't hear it very often. All right, let's do it. I'm gonna cut out the next puzzle. Okay. I'll put this scrap right in the garbage or I'm going to have stuff everywhere. Okay, here we go. Okay, now this, I don't need calculators to help me out here. This must not be a name. Okay, Jessie Mae, what are you thinking? Try the vowel in the middle again. That's right, because that's the pattern they've always followed. So let's do it. Let's put the vowel in the middle. Okay. Instead of saying this time I'm going to say I guess we could just try them out, right? Okay, what if I put N-I-K? Nick. Hey, it sounds like Nick's name. Nick, did you see that? Oh, that's not how you spell your name? Oh, it would be N-I-C-K. And look, there's no capital. So we were close, but that wasn't it. Okay, well, let's do a switcheroo. Let's put the K up here. Excuse me. And then the I, and then the N. It's gotta be like this, but it's still a little bit confusing. So let's see what it does. Well, it makes sense. It almost looks like a brother and sister are here. Maybe, you know what this is? In. Kin is a word they can use to describe your family. Like, Jackson could say, I am kin to Teddy, because Teddy is his brother. Maybe you've heard the term kinfolks. Yeah, that means your family. It could be your cousins, aunts, uncles, grandparents. Those are your kin. All right, so now we know there's a word that's a name that says Ken, Yes, Logan, I know Barbie likes Ken. And then there's 10, like your family members. Look, boys and girls, there's 4 more puzzles you can do. Yep, you've got your handwriting. We did our tree. You might need to do a little more work. Oh, with those trees, you might want to see if you could line those trees up from the shortest to the tallest, and then rearrange them from the tallest to the shortest. Remember we did that with some other things during math? You could try it out with those trees. I know one year we ended up, after we were done with what we wanted to do, we glued them on paper and we drew a background. So if you want something to do, you could do that. Oh, do your parents wonder about this paper? Okay, this is one you can do. It's not a have to do, but it's just good practice for when we do our patterns test. Yep, it says circle the object that fits the set. So this is the set, and then you pick an object. We've got a kite, a hot air balloon, and a bird. I have to think how those are alike, and then choose, would an airplane or a lamb go with them? I don't know what's true about all of these things. What was that, Logan? It's true, they'll fly. Do you want to, a jet flies too. Yeah, so we could color the jet because they all fly. Okay, then I have a cat, dog, and a horse. Do you think an apple belongs in a group or a cow? Which one belongs with the others? Martin, what do you think? I agree with you about the cow. And for the same reason too, because it's an animal. And the apple is not an animal, it's a plant. Okay. Down here it says, sort by shape. Below to sort them. Sorry, color by shape to sort the shapes. Boy, I'm getting tongue twisted here. So I would color all the circles the same color. I think I'd do them yellow if I were you, but you can choose. You do all the triangles the same color, and all the squares the same color. And then you will have them sorted by shape. All right, that was a lot, boys and girls. Yeah, well, we're just about caught up with our stuff from yesterday, and you'll have today's stations done too. All right, we're going to make it. Keep on working so hard. Thank you, boys and girls.